having a great day so far. When you guys jump on, say hello, hit the heart button. You're gonna comment laundry. We're gonna do laundry tonight. Won't that be fun? I'm just kidding. This is empty, so we're gonna make this into a pumpkin. I saw this on Pinterest. I thought it was super cute, and I'm like, we can do that. That's easy, so let's do it. When you guys jump on, say hello, hit the heart button. You're gonna comment laundry, like I said. We're gonna paint this up. We're gonna use some of our sea spray and add some texture. We're gonna add a cute little tag. Although this tag's really big. I was thinking I had like the bigger thing of the Tide Pods. If it was bigger, it probably would work, but that might be too big. Hi, Mama. But anyway, we'll figure it out. I can use something else if I need to. All right, if you guys see that red live above my head, I'm live. Otherwise, you're watching the replay, so comment #replay. I am Brittany with Hilton Designs. Like I said, hit the heart button, sprinkle, S-H-A-R-E, comment laundry, Laundry, in case you can't spell it. Hi, Karen. My day was well. My day was well. My day was good. I had a good day. It went well. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Hi, guys. Yes, comment laundry. I'm going to set my timer for 10 minutes. Every 10 minutes, the timer will go off. Whoever's comment is there will go into the Sunday Funday baskets. I may end up having to find something else to put as the embellishment, but my plan, we have a bunch of new fall transfers, but we haven't been getting like a lot with words, and so I've really been struggling with like finding things to use for embellishments for fall. But this one is an oldie but a goodie. So this one's called crockery labels. Most of them are like things that you can use in the kitchen. So like Wee Bit Salty, Super Secret Stash, Let's Spill the Tea. I don't know, you could use that for other things, I guess. And then Hello Sweet Treat. But this one right here says Full of Gratitude, and it's got like leaves. So I thought this was perfect. We'll use this as a little embellishment on our pumpkin. And then this one's also that one's cute. You could use that, something joyful. So we're gonna use this. I think I'm gonna change my mind on the tag. We'll figure something else out when we get to that point. We're gonna start by painting our Tide Pod container. And don't like come on and be like, you shouldn't use those. They're not good for you. Blah blah blah. Listen, I don't want to hear it. That's not what we're doing. We're just crafting. If you're one of those people that likes the all natural, that's good. You do you. I'll do me. Okay. Okay, let's see if we can get this sticker off. I'm gonna try to heat it just a little bit and see if it'll come up. I prefer Tide Pods because they're super easy to use, so that's what I will stick with. I was trying to heat it to see if it would come off, but I'm not sure if it will. Either way, I don't think it'll matter if I don't get it off because we're gonna just use our paste to paint it. And I'm gonna use a mixture of marmalade with espresso. I'm so cute. No, listen, it's just the comments. Like the comments, like people sharing their opinions, I'm just over it. Like somebody last night, we went live, I didn't say anything negative whatsoever about split custody, sharing my kids, about my ex-husband, nothing. I literally just said it was their last night home, and somebody was like, you should just be grateful that they have a loving home. They have 2 loving homes, and you should, I'm just like, listen, Linda, come on. Yeah, even better when they can do yours, exactly. Okay, we're not gonna worry about getting that off. We're just gonna paint it. I'm not gonna stress about that. I was gonna try to get it off, but to heck with that. Okay, so we're just gonna paint it. You could also take this off and make it into like a planner and put flowers in it. I'm just going to use some Spanish moss, and we're going to use, remember when we made this the other day for our topiary right here? It didn't end up working, but this is going to be our stem. It's like a little, I don't know if it's like I think it's a candlestick. It was wood. Anyway, I know, negative kills me. I cannot deal with it. This shirt is from Ivy and Cloth. It's one of my favorites. I love their stuff. So I just mixed up a whole bunch of this because I was almost out. And we're gonna paint it. I'm gonna do 1 coat, and then we're gonna add some of the sea spray, which is, in fact, not a spray. I say that every time. It's a texture additive, but it's powder. We'll add that to it and kind of like dab it on and give it some texture. You could also, this is smooth, so you could definitely chalk on it. I did look, I just couldn't find a pattern that I wanted to use. So we're doing the texture instead. Hi guys, how are ya? I'm trying to find, I have a bit, there it is. Trying to find a bigger brush. So we're just gonna start, hopefully everything, we'll have to do a couple coats of course, but I think once we get one good coat on here, then we can just add our texture stuff. I was looking at some of the all natural detergent the other day and it's expensive. I know, right? Yeah. I'm not, listen, everybody says it's gonna, that stuff will kill you. There's always gonna be something that'll kill you. And if that's your prerogative and you want to use all that all natural stuff, that's fine. I'm not going to judge you for that. So, you know, just don't jump on here and be like, why do you use that? Because I know there's going to be at least one comment. I guarantee it. I had somebody comment on a video the other day because I said button, okay? I just say button. It's what I've always said. I'm pretty smart. I did graduate, high honors and whatever. I'm pretty intelligent. I can spell really well. I won some spelling bees. I'm pretty intelligent for the most part. But this one lady was like, but-ton, not but-on. And I'm like, listen, get out of here with that nonsense. Come on, people. Hi, guys. Hi, Lisa. You've never tried the pods? I do like them. I've been using them for a while. You can see right there, that's where I was trying to take the sticker up. We're going to add the texture spray so you won't even know. It'll be fine. It'll be all good. How was your guys' day? My day was okay. My kids went back to their dads, which is always sad. It's sad, yes. Does not mean that I'm not happy that they have two homes. Let's just think about that. With the leaner, is there a front and a back to it? No, so the other side, like, you can make it into two different things. That's what I did. If you watch my video, you'll see how I did it, Shirley. But literally, like, we just made the first side into the snowman, and then we flipped it and did the pumpkin on the other side. You can definitely do, you know, lots of different things with it. I saw somebody made it into a scarecrow. That was really cool. I know, exactly. Pretty sure they wouldn't say that to be in person, but I'm like, what the heck? Get out of here with your craziness. I never tire of the people that are negative, that feel the need to come on somebody's video and make comments. Like, it's no different than like coming into, like, say a small business. Say you go into this little shop and you walk in and you're like, I don't know, just say something negative, like about the way they talk or something. Like, I don't think most people would do that. So it's just crazy. Laura, yeah, that's literally what I just did and it didn't work. So yeah, I did attempt it. We're not going to worry about it because it's not going to matter because we're adding texture spray anyway. It's gonna, or texture to it. Today's your 45th wedding anniversary. Happy anniversary. I did think about doing this in vanilla. I may end up doing another one at some point. And making it like a taller one and making that vanilla. But I figured we'll start with this one. It might be a little bit easier because vanilla would take probably a few more coats. I probably would have just taken some white and started and then finished it with the vanilla just because vanilla doesn't always coat the best, if that makes sense. Yes, happy 45th anniversary. Living in the South, people say things all kinds of ways. Sometimes we need an interpreter for each other, right? All right, so just getting the bottom. I'm getting a good coat on this. We want to make sure we get it good and dry. And I guess like I'm being really finicky about the brush strokes. It really does not matter because we're going to add a lot of texture to it here in a minute. But we're just going to keep on working our way around this. Some people say more over a post than in person. I know, it's so crazy. It really is. No, honestly, I don't let it bother me. I just block those people. I'm like, get out of here. You're crazy. Crazy, crazy. I'm not going to worry too much about the back, but I'm going to make sure I get the sides. You guys got any good plans this weekend? My birthday is on Sunday. I'm not super excited about it because I don't have the kids, but I did tell their dad that they're welcome to come. We're going to go to my brother's house and swim and stuff and have dinner. So I said, you know, if you want to come over, that you can even, you know, you guys can all swim, their baby brother, you know, come over so I can see the kids for a little bit. Yeah, no worries, Laura. Are you going to do the ornaments around November? What ornaments? Which ornaments do you mean? If you guys are just joining us, say hey, hit the heart button, comment laundry. Has anybody seen these? I love Pinterest. I look at Pinterest all the time, not just for like crafting ideas, but also for recipes. I use it for like projects that we're gonna do on the house. just to get ideas, you know, different things like that. So I saw this and I thought it was super cute. We are celebrating my sister's birthday tomorrow. Nice. Oh, she has the same birthday as me. You celebrated your 43rd yesterday. Happy belated anniversary. That's exciting. You guys, I told you about my good friend who she had a stroke and she was in the hospital. She was in the ICU. She's doing much better. She actually left the hospital today. She's in, is it Ocala or Ocala? I don't know how you say it, but she left the hospital today and she's now in rehab. She has to be there for like 7 to 10 days before she can go back home, which is Kentucky. But thank you to everybody who, you know, said a prayer for her. I'm super grateful for that. I was so worried about her. But the thing they're most worried about is, I guess, her speech. So she's, you know, going to be doing speech therapy and stuff. So I have high hopes that she'll be back to normal in no time. All right, I think that's pretty good. We're going to go ahead and just start drying it. You've been saving my pods container since last year. Nice! Have you really? So I will be honest with you. I do buy Tide Pods. I always have, and I put them into a glass canister. So I didn't have a container. So, because you know, we get rid of it. Ada Medina, you're going to go in the Sunday Funday basket. Thank you for commenting. So I had to go to, I ran to Dollar General and bought a new one, and I didn't have room in my glass container, so I put it into a plastic bag until I can fit it into my container. You've never been on Pinterest, Jennifer? Oh my gosh, you need to. I said it right the first time. Ocala. Okay. You just celebrated your 52nd. Yes, God is so good. Happy belated anniversary to all of you who had anniversaries. That's exciting. It's a long time to be with one person, right? It is great news. Very great news. I use the Tide Pods in there to make a gnome with Carhartt stocking pad. Oh, that's a good idea. Oh, I see what you're saying, Linda. Probably not, because that's about to sell out and will not be restocking. So if you guys weren't able to grab that snowman leaner, I recommend you do. The bundle's no longer available, but you can buy the snowman. I guess I can't remember what it's called. The snowman accessories and then the leaner cutouts themselves, if that makes sense. Whatever I'm trying to say. So I just want to get this mostly dry. It doesn't have to be 100% because we're going to take some more of our paste and add some of the sea spray to it to texture this guy up. Yeah, need to start saving your Tide containers. Yeah, so we did 2 projects with it, but most likely we probably won't be doing any more. But I do, like I said, we'll see. I mean, never know. But we have 5, you guys. 5 holiday transfers coming up. Collections coming up. We have one coming on the 15th. And then we have some coming next month. But 5. So exciting. I cannot wait. Hi, Callie. How are you? Thank you for the stars, Linda. Let me put Ada in the Sunday Funday basket. I reset my timer. Just getting it mostly dry. I gotta figure out something else for my embellishment because I think that tag's just a little bit too big for what I got going on here. I'm pretty happy with how it covered though. If I had done vanilla, we would be here forever. The snowman accessories is sold out. Oh no! It was in stock. It must be sold out now. We are like, I have almost every single cut done on Etsy, even those who ordered today. The only ones I haven't cut yet are Christine Music, because she said she's not in a rush, and she ordered 10 craft boxes. 10 of these guys. She said she's going to do a family night with her family. I think that's so fun, like a family crafting night. So, we're out of material. I used every bit of material, but there's going to be more here tomorrow, so I'll cut hers tomorrow, and we're all caught up. And today is the last day for the Etsy sale. We hit 14,000 sales, so we did a 14% off sale. Thank you so much, Barbara. Autumn. The 15th is the new Peanuts holiday and the holiday home. Yes. I save containers and never get to them, knock them all over one day like dominoes and said, yeah, I get that, Peggy. I'm the same way. Like, I don't save things ever. I am not like, I'm not. Like, if I'm not using it, I toss it. We're actually super close to being dry on the front. Just a couple spots that are still a little tacky. So if you guys watched the other day, Parker and I did 2 projects with, I used the vase and we used the sea spray with vanilla and added it to the outside of the vase and it turned out so pretty. So that's kind of like the similar look I'm going for on the pumpkin. But what I'm going to do is take some of this paste and I'm going to put it on, I don't want to do a color tray. I need something bigger. I guess I can add more if I need to. Do those every year, white ones at Christmas. Nice, yes. You could definitely do a snowman. Yeah, like I said, I saw it on Pinterest. I'm like, that's cute. We're doing that. So we're just gonna take some of our mixture here and put it in our color tray. I don't know how much I want yet, but we're gonna put it in there, and then the sea spray, we're gonna take it. I don't measure it or anything. I just kind of use my stir stick as a guide, but we're gonna add quite a bit to this because I had quite a bit of paste on there. We want to thicken it up. Yay! Christine, I think that's so fun that you guys are going to do that as like a family project. I love that. This is why I didn't want to do it on the tray because I knew it was going to make a hot mess, but it's okay. Whatever powder falls out, we can just add it back in. I'm thickening it up, and I don't ever know. Like I said, there's not like a measurement that I use in my head, so I just add it until I get it to the consistency I want. So I want it to be pretty thick. So we're definitely gonna keep mixing and adding a little bit more as we go. I've learned if it's a cute leaner like the snowman or carrot to snatch it. I know, Linda. Yeah, there's gonna be quite a bit that you guys are gonna wanna snatch up because I have a feeling a lot of stuff's gonna sell out very quickly with these next couple launches. So I would not wait. Hope my new credit card gets here by then. I got hacked. Oh no, I was in New York City and Miami at the same time while still being in North Dakota. That's crazy. Look at you. You're so like spontaneous. That stinks though. That's the worst. We've had our cards hacked a lot of times, especially like we have a business like checking account. That one hasn't been hacked, but our personal one, which Mark's been, it's Community Bank. I don't think it's like everywhere, but it's around here for sure, like Western New York, and he has used it since he was like a teenager, and his has been hacked so many times. Like, it's crazy. Yay, Christine, I can't wait to see. I'm making a mess, guys. But literally just, keep adding the sea spray until you get it how you want it. And then we're gonna start adding it onto our pumpkin. Just ordered some sea spray. Yes, I love it. Did you guys see it? It's right here. I'll show it to you. The vase we did, I'm in love with it. I think it turned out so pretty. Of course, I have marmalade paste on my hands, so I need to be careful. But this was literally just a glass jar with the leather. And I actually saw Dollar General has some of these right now. This one is from Big Lots, but then we used the leaf add-ons, leaf artisan add-ons. And we used the vanilla with the sea spray, put it all over, and then we used some Nominee on the leaves. And I think it turned out really, really pretty. I really like that one. But there's a lot of different things you can do with the sea spray. I'm going to add just a little bit more. You want it to be pretty thick. And if you get too thick, you can add a little bit of water. I'm making a big old mess. Hi, Christy. Mark is not feeling the best. He's been just kind of taking it easy. The oat flour really messed with him. Neither one of us realized it, and it's just taken a toll on him. So he's just been kind of chilling. I feel like something always happens like close to my birthday with his him not feeling good, and he's almost never feels good for my birthday, and it always like affects my birthday, which it's not, it stinks obviously, but I'm not like saying it like ruins my whole birthday. It just stinks like if he doesn't feel good and can't, go or whatever. I'm gonna add a little bit of water, got it a little too thick. Hi Patty. If you guys are just joining, say hello, hit the heart button, comment laundry. All right, so I think you can see it's super thick, okay? Super thick. You can add more paste or you can add a little bit of water. Totally up to you how you want to do it. Now I'm gonna grab, I like to use like one of these like dry brush type things because I feel like, I don't know, I just like the way it looks. And then we're gonna go like this and we're going to, I'm gonna flip it up and back. It's still a little wet, obviously. But we're just gonna start applying it all over. And this is the look I'm going for, is this like texturized, I don't know, I just think I like it. I'm a big fan of it lately, as of late. Hi Marsha, how are you? So again, it's just the same exact paste that we used already, and I just dab it on. And we're gonna just dab it all over the place. Hi Mary, how are you? I got your Halloween add-on all cut, ready to be packaged. I've been on a roll today. I've been out here, since the kids left, I've been out here all day cutting. They were even out here this morning with me for a little bit. We went to the post office. And super busy. It is gonna be so cute, isn't it? I'm excited. This top part doesn't really matter too much because we're gonna add some Spanish moss and some ribbon and a bunch of different things. The way I've been working along with the oat bran. Oh, the oat flour. Yeah. Mary Teresa, you're gonna go in the Sunday Fun Day basket. Thank you for commenting. I'm gonna reset the timer. You got some of your things today? Nice. Hopefully I mixed up enough of this mixture here. We're almost done with the front. So then we just have to get the sides a little bit. But doesn't that look neat? I'll hold it up here in a second so you guys can see it better. But I love the look of it. I just think it's neat. I don't know. It's crazy to me that you can just add a little bit of powder to something and to some paste and it can change the whole look. Yeah, I love the textured look too. I have powder all over my fingers, so I'm like getting powder on it. I gotta write down Mary's name. Don't let me forget that. I always tend to forget if I don't write it down right away. I'm really bad at that. But look how cool that looks. Doesn't that look awesome? I'm just gonna keep working around the side here. Just dabbing away. I've never done the texture, but I may do it on my barn. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. We'll do that barn, the Halloween add-on at some point. I just knew I wanted to do this tonight. And I've been working on a legend video. I'm doing something kind of neat as well. That should post probably next week. I just got to finish it up. Took a little bit longer than I planned. You ever like start a project, you're like, oh, this will take no time. And then you start it and you're like, okay, what the heck? It's just a dry brush. These are in my Amazon link, Pam. So if you comment laundry, you'll get all the details. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good for this side. I'm gonna just kind of fill in a little bit up here at the top. Isn't that color pretty though? I just think it's like super like rich. I am not, you guys know I don't love orange, like bright oranges. So that's why I always add a darker color to my oranges to kind of change up the way it looks. That looks so neat. Yeah, I know, it does go a long way. I think I even made too much. I was worried I didn't have enough and I'd have to make more, but I think we did it. I got a lot. But you can spread it out. It works out. If you guys didn't know, you can join our perks program this month for half off, and then you can get 30% off everything on our talk site. Then we offer a ton of awesome perks as well, and we would love to have you. So like I said, just comment laundry. This is marmalade mixed with espresso. We named it Burnt Sienna. Somebody did. I can't remember who. You guys always give me ideas for names, and then I just pick whatever one I like, and then I don't remember who names it. And then I feel bad. All right, almost done with this part. And you can always go back in, like I don't, try not to go over it the same spot twice just because you can pull all the paint off. I've had that happen. That happened with that vase the other day. So I try not to go over like the same spot too many times. But you can always go back in once it's dry, see like that, and add more if you don't want to add even more texture. But I think that's pretty cool. I like it. I'm gonna try to like fill in this like crack a little bit better, even though we are gonna use some stuff there, so you probably won't see it. We're gonna add some moss and stuff, but look at that. Isn't that cool looking? I entered it. Okay, good. So I'm gonna throw these in some water. I have my water thing somewhere. No, I don't know where it is. Over here. Throw that in there. Let me rinse off my fingers. If you guys are just jumping on, say hello. Rinse off my fingers, and then I gotta put Mary's name in the basket before I forget. Yeah, Jennifer, you definitely need to go look at Pinterest. I can't believe you haven't been on Pinterest. As a crafter, that blows my mind. I love Pinterest. It's like one of my favorite things. Even before I was like a crafter, because you guys know prior to Chalk I wasn't super crafty. Even before that though, I was on Pinterest a lot for like recipes, ideas for like my kids and stuff. Hi Wanda, hi Paula. Let me write down Mary's name real fast. Mary Teresa. Throw you in the basket. So then we'll just kind of let that dry a minute. What I need to decide is what I want to do for my embellishment now, because I was going to use this, but I feel like it's just way too big. So maybe I'll save this for when we do like the bigger one, because normally Dollar General didn't have the really big things that I usually get. So at some point we'll get one of the bigger ones next time I need laundry detergent, and then we'll do that. But I got to come up with something here. If the snowman sells out, would you guys be willing making and selling them on Etsy? We probably can, yes, probably. We'll also have some extras left over. But yeah, hold on one second, guys. I gotta look for something for my embellishment. Give me 2 seconds. Maybe we'll use one of these other tags right here. One of these little gift tags. These come in, I think they're 12 pack. This is probably a better size. Maybe we'll do that, even though the transfer I'm using is called crockery labels. I won't be able to put like the whole, we're gonna use this part right here. This is full of gratitude. I won't be able to put like the whole pretty, outer part, but I can just chalk, around it. So we'll do this. It'll fit better. You could do the craft paper bag. Yeah, I could do that. Or I have butcher block paper. I'm trying to decide. If I want to use a tag or if I just want to use a butcher block paper. Sorry guys, I'm thinking. Maybe I'll use butcher block paper. Hold on. Maybe we'll do this. But what I want to do, I'm just going to cut a piece of this off really fast. This stuff is in my Amazon link. I definitely don't need this much. I don't know what I'm doing, why I'm cutting that much. We'll do that. And then what do I do with my rubber bands? Put those back around this. Do I have the tags on Etsy? We have gift tags on Etsy, yes. Those ones are actually from my Chalk site. Chalk just created some. But we do have some on Etsy, and they're a little bit different. They're not quite as big, the ones we have on Etsy. So if you want to get them off Etsy, you can, or you can get them off of our Chalk site. Either way, comment laundry. But like I said, the Etsy sale, today's the last day for that. So what I'm going to do next is we're going to paint this, actually. I just want to take vanilla and just give it, that's not right. That's the vanilla with the sea spray in it. I need a new jar of vanilla. That's white. I swear I grabbed vanilla right there. I'm going to take vanilla and I'm going to grab another brush. I think I was mid-sentence and I stopped talking and now I don't know what I was saying. You got a big roll of that craft paper. Nice. All right. So I'm not going to paint this perfectly. I want some of the brown to show through. So I'm just going to kind of do like a real sporadic paint job. I probably should have offloaded a little bit because I got a little bit too thick in certain spots. But we'll go like that. We'll go ahead and dry this. That way you can get, yeah, I know, I really wanted to use that whole design. I've never painted this paper though, and this paper is a little bit thinner than the old paper I had, so hopefully this works okay. But we are using paper, so we want to wax, and we're going to wax really, really well, because you guys know that paper can tear very easily when you put your transfers on them. This weekend, probably tomorrow, I'll be working again, and then Sunday, we're going to go hang out with my mom, but we're going to go to my brother's house and swim and then have dinner and stuff. It'll be nice. Talking, crafting, and reading at the same time. I know, right? Yeah. I feel like I was in the middle of a sentence and I just stopped talking, but I don't know. If it was important, you guys will tell me. Oh no, I had water underneath. That could have something to do with why it's so wet. Hi Darcy, how are you? Look! It's a Tide Pods container. We added texture and we're making it into a pumpkin. It's gonna be so cute. It's probably gonna take a little bit to dry, but that's okay. Darcy, you're gonna go in the Sunday Funday basket. Hi Tammy, how are you? What? What? Yeah. All right. So we're going to attempt this. Like I said, I have not chalked on paper when I've painted it, so we'll see how this goes. We're going to take our surface wax and apply it all over this. You tore a lot of paper like that? Yeah, I've used this paper a lot already, but I've never painted it, so I'm not sure yet. But we're going to wax a lot. So the surface wax is in my on my chalk site. We're going to wax really, really well because we don't want to tear the paper. So we're just going to apply a nice thick coat all over, and I'm going to do my transfer in Nominee. And painting it kind of created like little cracks almost. So the wax will also help to kind of smooth that out. So hopefully this will work. We're also going to fuzz really, really, really well. So if you guys are new, these are reusable silkscreen transfers. You can use them again and again. I haven't even used this one, but it's been out for quite a long time, probably over a year. And like I said, most of them, they're called crockery labels, so they're perfect for canisters. And most of them are kitchen kind of geared, but this one says Full of Gratitude, so I thought this one would be perfect for a fall project. You've been saving those to make a snowman? Nice! Yeah, I saw the pumpkin on Pinterest. I was like, that's cute. So you can use these over and over again. They're sticky. There's a mesh silkscreen window in there. These aren't your average stencils. Way better. Can use them again and again. Yeah, surface wax is amazing stuff. So we're going to fuzz it really well. First time using it, I'm probably going to fuzz it 10 times here really quick. How is everybody? If you're just joining, say hello, hit the heart button, comment laundry. I just threw something on the floor. I like how our Tide Pods container turned out so far though. And then like I said, we have this was like a candlestick or something. I'm gonna use that on top for my stem. And then I have some of this wire twine that you guys have seen me use a lot. We're gonna add some of that. We're gonna add a cute little bow. Lots of cute things. Hi, Suzanne. Suzanne, I was gonna message you. I got the package today and I saw the cute little present in there. She had a little present wrapped up and it has a card and it says, don't open until your birthday. Thank you, my friend. That was so sweet. It's on my counter. I didn't open it. Need to find someone that uses Tide Pods. Yeah, right? Just be like, if you use it, just save me your container. All right, that should be good. Hopefully we don't tear this. I'm dropping all the paste on the floor at the moment. So we're just gonna place this. I'm gonna place it closer to the top because I got a little bit too thick at the bottom. And hopefully it doesn't tear. So I'm gonna grab Nominee. You guys know Nominee is one of my favorites. Is it one? Maybe I didn't grab it. Nominee is our metallic gold. I love it. We need to open a new one here. Isn't the wire twine nice? Hi, Janet. Definitely gonna find a couple Tide Pod containers, right? I really don't think I can get through a night without using Nominee. You guys know I love it. Did I not write down the last name that I called? Somebody tell me who it was. I'm so bad at that. All right, we're gonna press this through. Get our excess off. And hopefully Once we pull it up, we're good to go. Laura! There's my friend, you guys! I was just talking about you. I am so glad you're here. It's so good to see you on here. Oh, that just made my night. And it worked. Look at Darcy. It was Darcy. You're right. Yes, the wire twine is from Amazon. So there that is. It worked out well. So you can paint it. Although it's kind of hard to tell where it says full because I probably should have painted it a little bit better. But either way. And then you just clean these with tap water and a board eraser. We're going to like tear this and give it a nice like kind of rustic edge. I'm going to show you how easy these are to clean though. So we're just gonna throw this on here. Let me write down Darcy's name. Oh my gosh, Laura, I'm so glad to see you. Did you get moved to rehab? How are you doing? I hope everything's going well. All right, we're just gonna spray it with water and clean it right out. This is a board eraser. It's like a magic eraser, but there's no chemicals in it. Hi, Pam, how are you? Oh, I'm so happy that you're here, Laura. She messaged me yesterday for the first time. And I was super happy to hear from her. But now you're here. That made my night. Okay, so then we'll just dry this. We clean both sides. We'll dry it off. And put it back on our backer sheet for next time. I have no idea. I wonder how many jars. Yeah, I've gone through probably a lot of Nominee, if I had to guess. You guys know I love me some Nominee. All right, they get their stickiness right back. We're going to stick it right back onto our backer sheets. Like so. And then let's see how we're doing on this getting dry. Close this up. We're done with that. I can pull this in my water. Yes. Yep, Debbie it is. Let me write down, I didn't write down Darcy's name, right? I said I was going to and I don't think I did. Where are my sticky notes? I'd lose my head if it wasn't screwed on. There they are. Thanks, Suzanne. Okay. So again, like I said, you could definitely chalk on the front of this after you painted it, but I just couldn't come up with a transfer I wanted to use, so I decided to just add the sea spray and texturize it, and I think it turned out pretty cool. We'll let that dry a minute. Let's make sure, this is gonna probably take like a hot minute to dry, but hi, Tracy. Let's just make sure we get it mostly dry. Hope everybody's having a great Friday. Appreciate you guys jumping on and hanging out. I think this is gonna be really cute when we're done. Hi, Donna, how are you? This heat gun gets a little bit hotter, so I'm using this one so it's a little quicker tonight. Doesn't take too long to dry though. It's already starting to feel, that part's pretty thick and it's already pretty dry. White elephant tag sale. Yeah, I've heard of like a white elephant like at Christmas. What is a white elephant tag sale? See how it's starting to dry and it's starting to look like even more like, it gives it, I don't know, changes like the color a little bit even. I love that. This is her husband, Trish. She's doing great and can use her hands, but tedious things like texting is so hard for her. She goes to rehab this lady in the morning. Oh, she's leaving in the morning. Okay, I thought she was leaving today. Thanks, Chris. We're going to teach and hopefully she'll be home next weekend, if not before. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. I knocked my paper on the floor. Okay. Take a back seat in my crafting for a while. I have a non-displaced fracture. Oh my goodness, Tracy. Well, I don't think I've ever even heard of that. What kind of like healing time does that take? So you can see it starting to dry. Like these spots are dry and then it's still pretty wet in other spots. So as long as I get it mostly dry, we can start like gluing on our embellishments. Yes, send her our love. She knows I love her. Okay, we're gonna move this to the side. Let's go ahead and start putting stuff down. So I'm gonna use some Spanish moss. We're gonna make a mess. You guys know this stuff drives me bananas, but I think it'll make the project. So what I'm gonna do is actually I'm gonna glue it in spots too. I have my glue gun on, but I'm gonna use some of this. I've used this a lot, this Stencil Ease spray. I'm gonna just spray the top of this and make it like tacky so that the Spanish moss kind of stays. And try not to get it on my desk because this stuff's kind of a mess. Okay. Love the color of this. Is the pumpkin transfer behind you in stock? In stock? It will be coming back, I believe. Yes. Pretty sure. It says returning soon anyway. All right. Oh, this stuff gives me anxiety. I'm gonna kind of leave a hole for my stem. Love the color of this. Yes, me too. Callie Weaver, you're gonna go in the Sunday Funday basket. Can you use any paint with sea spray? You can use, yeah, you can use other paint with it, yes. I'm gonna put you in the Sunday Funday basket if I can find my, there it is. Reset our timer. Rehab. Oh, she had rehab today. Okay, I see. White Elephant Tag Sale is a type of sale where used, often quirky or unwanted items are sold. Those items are typically donated by individuals. Oh, I see. Callie Weaver. All right, put you in there. Did I reset my timer? Never thought of using that for my Spanish moss. Using what for your Spanish moss? Oh, the spray. I was like, what are you talking about? Do you remember when we did the, that egg wreath we did? And it was on, oh my gosh, we did the egg form and we had the, like half eggs all around it. I did the same thing with that. I used the Spanish moss and just kind of sprayed it and see, it works pretty well. And I'll probably glue it a couple spots too, but, oh, this stuff drives me bananas. I have no idea, Mary. I don't know when that's gonna restock, but I do have some if you need a detail tool. You can let me know. All right, just getting as much as I want on here. I left a little hole at the top. I painted this the other day. Again, it's just like a, I don't know, candle holder or something. I got it at Hobby Lobby. But I'm gonna take an 80 grit and distress around some of the spots here. Bring some of the wood forward on the edges and stuff. Totally random. I'm so jealous of how thick and pretty your hair always looks. Oh my gosh, don't be jealous. Listen, Megan, my hair, yes, it's thick, but it's a mess. Like, I don't know what's going on. I've never ever had these issues. I don't know if it's stress. I don't know what it is, but like in the last, I don't know, probably 3 months, my scalp has been like terrible. Like it's so like dry and I get like scabs. And when I'm stressed, I notice myself like picking them. It's terrible. And my hair, literally when I wash it, it takes me like so long to brush because it's so thick. And the problem is underneath, it's wavy on the outside, but then on the inside, like underneath, it's super curly. So it's impossible to brush. Like ask my mom if she's still here. She tried to brush it for me the other day because I was like, I'm just so done. Like I'm so sick of it. It literally will take me like 40 minutes to brush it out. It's awful. But thank you, I appreciate that. You answered me above. Oh, let me go up. Is the Monogram Stacked Pumpkin still available? Yes, that is our club cutouts for the month. So if you comment the keyword, which is what? Laundry, then you can grab it from our Etsy site. And today is the last day for that sale too. All right, so we're gonna place this down in here. I'm just gonna add some glue around the bottom. Make sure that's in the center. Pop her down. So that's pretty good, I think. Let me clean up this mess because, you know, I gotta go back up to the top and see. what Tracy said. It's hard to detect on x-rays. That's why the ER couldn't find it. Orthopedic got it 6 to 8 weeks and a full thumb splint right now due to swelling. Go back Monday to be casted. Oh man. I did brush it, but I enjoyed it. It's very thick. Yeah, she felt like she was like, I was her little girl again. She was brushing my hair. I didn't enjoy it because it hurts when I brush it, so it hurt even more when somebody else is brushing it. You know, it's always fun. But, you know. I used to love my hair. I do have like very thick hair and it curls like really nice and stuff, but it's been a nightmare lately, so I don't know. Okay, so there is that so far. I think that looks pretty darn good. I'm just kind of covering that lip part a little bit more. But I like it. So now I'm gonna take some of this. You guys know I've been liking this for embellishments. And what I do is just take my pencil and I wrap it around the pencil to get that curly cue. Kim's hair, yeah, my mom's hair is really, really thick. But you know what my mom said to me the other day? She goes, I don't brush my hair. So she just gets out and like blow dries it, and hers is like good to go because she's super curly. I think if I was more curly, it would be different, but because I'm like in between wavy and curly, it's a nightmare. But you love for your hair to be brushed. I used to, but I like literally like my scalp is so like tender to the touch, and like I can remember, I don't know like if it's something that's just kind of getting worse, but I can remember for years like I would say my hair hurts. Do you guys ever have that? Like, it sounds weird, and like I would say it and like people would think I was crazy, but like my hair will literally like hurt, like if I like, I don't know, just certain ways you part it or whatever. But lately my scalp has just been a nightmare. Okay, pull it off your pencil, and then you have a cute little curly cue. We're gonna glue that on. I might add 2, I'm not sure yet. So we're just gonna kind of put this like up underneath and glue it in. Used to love my mom brushing my hair when I was a little girl. I don't know if I have memories of that. I don't think I remember that. My girls do not like when I brush their hair. They hate it. I have a crazy question. Can you mix chalk paint with chalk paste? If you're painting, yes. You don't want to do it if you're adding it like on a transfer, because you don't want to use paint with your transfer. Does that make sense? Try Paul Mitchell leave-in conditioner. Yeah, I do. I have a wet brush, and I've tried everything you can think of, you guys. Like, I bought $350 worth of this really expensive stuff for my hair, hoping it would work. Didn't work. But I do have the Paul Mitchell as well. I have lots of different things. Maybe that's what it is. It could be like I'm starting menopause or something, because I did have a hysterectomy. But I still have my uterus, so maybe that's something to do with it, like my hormones. I have no idea. All right, I'm gonna do one more little curly cue, and then we're gonna add a little bow, and then we're gonna add our embellishment. Make this one a little bit different, and then pull it off. I love this stuff. I used this on the other project that I did today for my other video that you guys will see probably next week. So let's just pop this in here, kind of go in a different direction. Try not to burn myself, because I tend to do that. Look at how cute that is. And then as far as the bow goes, I honestly wasn't sure what I wanted to use, so I ended up just grabbing like a really simple white. Is that what I want to do, is just do whites? I don't know, let's make a bow and then we'll decide. How about that? Are you painting wood ovals? Is that what you mean? So we'll just cut this, add an angle. Maybe we'll just make a real simple bow, we'll see. What is the what stuff? This stuff? That's, it's wired twine, and it's in my Amazon link. Can I share something? I became a nana yesterday. Oh my goodness, congratulations. Your first grandbaby. Is it a boy or girl? What's the name? How big? Give me all the details. I love babies. My babies are like, my youngest baby just turned 9. So the baby stage has been a little bit for me. I miss it. Yeah, the curly cues are the twine. Yep. All right, I think this is gonna work. I'm just gonna do a really simple bow. And then I have these going the wrong direction, of course. So then we'll just, needs to be a little smaller, I think. Yes, congratulations. Menopause is not for the faint of heart. Yeah, I'm hoping, I mean, I'm gonna be 36 on Sunday, but they did, I mean, they tell you like when you have, you know, hysterectomy that you could, you know, hit menopause early. I just want like a reason why my scalp is the way it is, so I guess if that's the reason, that would be fine, but you want a grandbaby? Aww. I was looking to see if she said anything. Oh wait, girl, Miss Mia James, 7.1 pounds and absolutely beautiful. I was with my daughter and her partner when she delivered. Oh, it's so exciting. That bow material looks like it could be inked. Yeah, you definitely could ink it, which is like a great idea. You could definitely could, not even ink it, like you could just use paste and then, oh my gosh, you guys. She made me want to ink it, or put paste on it. Hold on a second. So I just put this transfer away. This one's actually retired, which you guys, I told you guys I was so bummed they were retiring this. But I do have a whole bunch of extra because I bought a bunch because it's one of my favorites. It's called Vintage Patterns. It's the one that has the bows and then the flowers. But then we also have the club transfer this month. It's a bow. Bonnie Prom, you're going to go in the Sunday Fun Day basket. Yes, tea tree. My mom said the same thing. And I do have tea tree, and I've tried that as well. Chemo sent you into early menopause. Oh, man. Bonnie Prom, you're going to go in the Sunday Fun Day basket. Like I said, if you guys comment, every 10 minutes the timer goes off. Whoever's comment is there will go into the basket. We're going to get a little wild, and we're going to chalk. I'm going to use paste, though, you guys. You could ink it and heat set it if you want to, but you're not going to wash this, so you don't need to. I'm just going to... we're just going to chalk it. It's going to be, I've used this transfer so many times, but I think this will be pretty. We're going to use the same orange color. We're going to make a little bit of a mesh. You could use an ink mat to hold it in place, but I'm just going to do a little bit at a time, and hopefully we'll be good. So we're just going to start at the end. Just amazes me how you can turn something that you usually throw away into something so cute. Aw, that's exciting. Needed this video for porch decor ideas. That's fun. Having thyroid problems put me in early menopause. Yeah, you could do the club transfer for sure. Yes, I do have my ovaries, yes. All right, so now we're just gonna take this. I was just using this transfer for another project, so I had it handy. Like I said, it is sold out, but if you guys want one, you can message me. I have several because you guys know this is one of my favorites, and I was so bummed they were getting rid of it. I liked that idea, Peggy. We have chalked on our ribbon before, but this will give it a little something extra. We're making a mess, but it's okay. So there's that. We're gonna dry it as we go. Your granddaughter's 5. Tried tea gel shampoo. It smells horrible. Yeah, so that's, I haven't tried that yet. Maybe I'll try that. But I tried the tea tree. Yes, you can definitely chalk ribbon. There's so many different things you can do. It's crazy. Does that mean you shouldn't go into early menopause? They told me that I could. Ovaries control your estrogen hormone. I don't know. They told me that because I had my ovaries, I would still end up having menopause and I could go into early menopause. But I don't know. Who knows? Doesn't it look pretty? So then we're just going to line it up and keep going. Once we get it dry, of course, this is going to kind of go through because, you know, there's like little holes in the ribbon, so just make sure you get both sides dry. Pretty much dry now. Isn't it pretty? It's going to take a minute because we got to do all of it, but it'll be worth it. I'm going to try to just line it up without cleaning my transfer and see how that goes. I need my helper? Yeah, maybe. We can do it though. We don't need no man. Okay, line this up over here. Doesn't have to be perfect, just get it close. See how bad that part is. Oh, we did pretty good. I'm not too mad about that. Didn't they turn out so cute, Suzanne? I love my pantry doors. I'm just so happy that the pantry's covered. I hate it. Like that just drove me nuts, being able to see the pantry all the time. Bye, Mom. Have a good night. All right, a little bit more, probably 2 more times, and we'll be done with this. Lane Peggy was her idea. Hi, Nancy. So if you guys are just joining, like I said, Comet Laundry, we turned our little Tide Pods container into a cute little pumpkin. Now we're just embellishing it. Gonna add us a cute little bow. I didn't go through till I was nearly 60 and I can't complain at all. I think PMS was worse. Yeah, that's why I had to have a hysterectomy. PMS was terrible. Terrible. Okay, keep rolling. I'm not going to use the same spot twice. It really doesn't matter if it like lines up perfectly. Normally I'm more careful about it lining up, but I'm not going to stress about it because you won't really be able to tell anyway. Where do I want to go? I think I'll just click this. One more section and then we'll have this part done. I'll make it a mess. I need to change out my contact paper anyway. But I definitely should have just put down an ink mat to hold it in place. It would have been easier, but it's okay. Get this dry. I can't believe, is there a texture on the pumpkin? Yes. So the pumpkin, again, that's a Tide Pods container. We painted it with marmalade and espresso mixed together. Just did a good coat of the chalk paste. Then once that was dry, I took the same paste and added we partnered with Dixie Belle, so we have this sea spray, it's a powder. Added a whole bunch, used a dry brush, and then, dabbed it on everywhere to texturize it. Pretty awesome. Almost dry, one more section. Didn't the ribbon turn out cute? I'm loving it. It was a great idea. Good job, Peggy. It looks like we're gonna end up having to do it 2 more times, but it's okay. Although I'll probably end up, I don't know, we'll see. I was gonna say I might have to trim it down a little bit, but we'll see. I guess we'll do one more section, huh? Thank you guys for hanging out with me this Friday evening. I love how like this color too, you can see that it dries just a little bit darker. And it's just, I love this color. I think it's super pretty. Blind squirrel syndrome. Occasionally find a nut. Alright, one more little section. And then I can clean my transfer. Let's just do we go. That'll be good. I'll throw this in my sink. And actually, if you take, and wipe my fingers off. But see how that orange kind of stained in spots? If you take a board eraser, this is usually what I end up doing, is just taking this and wiping it, and it'll take more of it off than if I just used a baby wipe. Works a little bit better anyway. Put a little elbow grease in there. Which transfer is that? It's a retired one, Nancy. It's one of my favorites. It's called Vintage Patterns. Like I said, it's sold out and retired, but I do still have some if you need one. All right, let's just get this dry. And we can add this on. Hi, Carolyn, how are you? Didn't it turn out pretty? Oh, I love it. It's super dry. You guys have seen me use ink too to paint ribbon, because there's times where I didn't have the right color, so I would take ink, paint it with the ink, and then heat set it so it's permanent. But again, this isn't going to get wet, so you don't have to worry about it. I just heat set the ribbon like if I'm painting it, because otherwise it takes forever to dry. So it takes, you know, a little bit less if you heat set it. Darcy, it's Marmalade. It's one of the new ones. Isn't it pretty? That ribbon is so pretty. Great idea, Peggy. Thanks for that idea. We have chalked ribbon before, just been a little bit, so that was a good idea. Okay, so now instead of folding it the way I did earlier, I'm just gonna do this, where I just go over. Debbie Pite, you're gonna go in the Sunday Funday baskets. You write down your name. Debbie Pite. I like it too. Thanks for the stars, Renee. Okay, so then I'm just gonna fold this like this. That way it's easier. I'm gonna make my loops a little bit smaller though. Right about there, I think is how I want it. And I'm just gonna use, I'll just use a piece of twine. So I'm just gonna cinch this in the center. Tie this around. Make sure that's, I got it off a little bit the other way. Yeah, marmalade, yep. Last year I did papaya mixed with espresso. That's really pretty too. But this is just, I feel like this is just a little bit deeper, so I like it. All right, tie that around there. And then we have a cute little bow that we made. We made our ribbon. Look at us. That's so stinking cute. Definitely add something to it. That was a great idea. And I think I'm just gonna, I still have this one loop that's too big. I thought I had it the right way, but apparently not. Just getting it how I want it. And then I'm just gonna kind of glue it right there. And then we just have to add our little embellishment. 10 p.m. Husband says we need to go to bed, I suppose. Thanks, Megan. Have a good night. Isn't it so cute? They should not have gotten rid of this transfer. It's one of my favorites. Okay, so there is our bow. And then I still have this twine, which is, I left that long because I want to use as my embellishment. That's the last thing we have to do. So if you missed it, we used the crockery labels. This transfer is still in stock. The only thing is I, hopefully you can read it. I mean, it's kind of hard in the light. But what I like to do is just tear it so it's not perfect. So we're just gonna kind of start like this. And then just tear along our paper. Isn't it so cute? Oh, I'm getting this one real crazy, but that's okay. And then the bottom. Tore really well that way, but this way, usually if I use my finger as a guide, it tears a lot easier. There, that's better. Let me just try to fix this side a little bit. Yes, it is. It's a Tide Pods container, yeah. So, I don't know, you guys. It's really hard to read. Isn't that hard? Is it too hard to read? I feel like it is. And I feel like it's a little bit too big, too. So, hold on one second. We're going to change gears. I'm going to paint this really fast. I'm going to use our transfer again. I'm just not happy with that. You can't see it well enough. So I'm going to use my vanilla paste and give this a quick coat. Ow. I'll save that. Maybe I can use it on something else, but I'll probably do 2 coats just because when I did the gold on there, which is what I want to do, it doesn't show up super well. So we're going to use one of these little tags instead. Changing gears a little bit. Get this dry. So we won't be able to add the whole like border, but we'll use the Full of Gratitude on there. And you know what else we could do is add, we've been using these little Leaf Artisan add-ons. They're like stickers. You could add that too. Hey, Pam. Get this dry. We'll do one more quick coat. And then once we dry it, we'll just give it a little sand and then wax it. But I think this will work better because you just couldn't read that first part as well. Black paste for the transfer. Well, yeah, I could do that if I wanted to, but I don't want to. I want to use Nominee. That's why I chose to paint something a little bit more so you can see it better. You'll be able to see the Nominee on the vanilla. You couldn't see it. The only place you can't see it is where the brown is. So that's why I'm changing gears a little bit. Hi, Janet. How are you? All right. Never would have thought to use a transfer on ribbon, right? It's a good idea, isn't it? Oh, I love that. Hi, Amy. You guys know I don't like to use colors that don't coat well, so I tend to not paint with vanilla unless I'm doing like a streaky look, but if you want it to like really cover, you probably need to do at least 3 coats. Isn't it adorable? Thanks, Christine. I think I'll do one more quick coat, but I will just sand it lightly first before I do another coat. We'll do one more, and then it'll be good. I love my quick dry tool from Chalk, but it doesn't dry as fast, but I like that most of the time. But in this case, this one that goes a lot faster has been nice for this project anyway. Thanks, Shirley. All right. So I'm painting officially. I made such a mess. Got stuff everywhere. For the hearts, guys. All right, we're good. So now I'm just gonna take that same 220 grits, just go over the top, smooth it out. Hey, Betty. Hey, Dana, you're so sweet. And then I'm just gonna take an 80 grit, get that excess paste off the side, bring some of the wood forward like we always do. These are those ones from Chalk, so they're like a little bit thinner than even our MDF cutouts. So I feel like they're a little bit more fragile, so just be a little careful. I'm gonna get around this middle part too. We finished that Untamed show on Netflix, so now I need a new show to watch. What shows are you guys watching? Alright, I think that's pretty good. Again, just bringing some of that wood forward, and then I'm going to grab an emery board and just get in this like whole part a little bit better. Linda Mayfield, you're going to go in the Sunday Funday baskets. Okay, now with this what I threw it right on the floor. Making a mess. You guys should see the floor around me. All the Spanish moss is everywhere. Waterfront or Outer Banks? Oh, I saw Leanne. Is that one good? Waterfront. Maybe I'll check that out. I've tried Outer Banks. I just couldn't get into it. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna wax this lightly with surface wax. We're gonna grab that transfer that I already used once on the paper. So again, this one's called Crockery Labels. We're gonna use this Full of Gratitude, and I'll fuzz it. I'm just gonna fuzz it on my shirt. So like I said, the leaves aren't gonna fit, but I can still, I think instead of using the leaf, I'm just gonna do the whole thing, even though the whole thing won't fit. See, it just is a little bit too big, but it'll still have that decorative border at least. So grab our nominee paste. You just finished Waterfront? Okay, I'll have to check that out then. Isn't that the one about like a family who like runs drugs or something? Isn't that the one? Or am I thinking of a different? I don't know. Maybe that's the wrong one. All right, spread the paste through, get our excess off. This should show up a lot better now. I wasn't thinking when I painted the paper the way it was. So then peel this off. Look at that. That's cute. So yeah, this one was just because we used the paper and I painted it, I wanted it like that, but then it didn't work out with the nominee. But that's worked out. If it doesn't work out, you just pivot and do it a different way, right? So now all we gotta do is attach that and we will be done. Virgin River is amazing. So I started Sullivan's Crossing. I just felt like it was a little bit too, I don't know, like I love Virgin River, even though that can be very like, I don't know, almost, is the word I'm looking for like corny almost? Like, you know how Hallmark is? Like I love Hallmark movies, you guys know I do. I watch, you know, Hallmark Christmas movies are my favorite, but I don't know, just something about Sullivan's Crossing. I was watching it and I just could not get into it. I don't know what it was, but Blind Spot, I think I watched like the first episode of it and I really liked it and I don't know why I didn't continue. Yeah, I like Virgin River too. Okay, get this a little bit dry, and then we're just gonna attach this on to our pumpkin. Yeah, maybe I'll have to restart Blind Spot. I don't know. Yeah, I know I watched it before, and I'm not sure why I didn't continue, but anyway. So I have some twine already on here. Where's right there? I might just kind of leave this long and then just attach to it, just because I kind of like how that looks coming out of it. You guys know I'm kind of, a lot of the times like people will snip the ends of their twine off and just leave it, or get rid of it, but I kind of always like what it adds. So I'll just kind of leave that there, and then I'll just grab another piece. I know the Bills are gonna have a Hallmark Christmas movie. It's exciting. Betty, did you see Hard Knocks? The first episode of Hard Knocks with the Bills came out on Tuesday. Mark and I watched it. It was really good. Hi, Pamela. Okay, so then we're just going to kind of have this. I don't know if I want it right in the middle. Every time I watch Virgin River, I tell my husband that didn't happen in the book. Oh, really? I didn't know there was a book. I had no idea. Things you learn. I'm trying to decide where I want to put this. I feel like I want it like, kind of like that. So I think what I'll do is take it through here. I'm going to take it through the loop, but then I'm going to tie it back to this. So it sits the way I want. There's 12 to 15 books. Holy cow. Yeah, I didn't know that. That's crazy. Give her curly cues the way I want them. And then we'll just tie this in a knot. I still have that long piece, but I can trim that one up. You know what I just did? I got the wrong one. Oh my goodness, you guys. Hi, Katie. Look what we did. We turned this Tide Pods container into the cutest pumpkin. We textured it all up. I would put this in my house, you guys. Like, I think this is adorable. I love how it turned out. Love it. So if I can just get my tag to cooperate the way I want. I had it and then I snipped it in the wrong spot. Oh. So now we're gonna just put a new piece on because I can't get it back on there. Heartland. I think I started Heartland once with my kids too. That one was one I couldn't get into either. I'm just like picky. I love a good murder show. I'm all about those. You guys know I love like documentaries and stuff like that. I don't know. Thanks, Nancy. You're so sweet. So again, you guys, tonight is the last night for the Etsy sale. 14% off everything on Etsy other than the barn. And then obviously if you guys are, you know, a member with us, you get the extra off of the other stuff. I think maybe I'll just tie it to this. This will be a more solid thing to tie it to. And then I can angle it. There we go. That'll do. Yes, it's Tide Pods container. Isn't it neat? I think it turned out so good. You wouldn't even know unless you looked at the back, right? Okay, let me trim this off a little bit. I'm gonna leave those ones long. I guess I'll trim this one off. There, let me have those two long ones. There, look it, what do you guys think it turned out so cute. Hi, Natasha. What do you guys think? I love it. I think it's so pretty. Hit the heart button. Cute, right? I love it. It only took us, no, not too bad. I was thinking we started at 8. I'm like, oh my gosh, we've been here over 2 hours. But no, it's only been an hour. So cute. Wish I wasn't allergic to Tide. Oh man. Well, maybe you could just like have somebody else use the Tide and then you could just use the bottle. Unless you're like really allergic and you can't even touch the container. But all right, you guys, I think that turned out super, super cute. I don't think you can see the tag in that. You kind of go like that there. Is that better? Isn't that cute? I love it. I think it's so cute. So as always, if you guys have any questions, let us know. Like I said, comment. Laundry, check your messenger. You guys can join our perks program for half off this month. Get 30% off everything on our Chalk site, plus get a ton of other awesome perks. And yeah, I think that's it. As always, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Yes, steal away. I stole it from Pinterest. So, all right, you guys, love you, appreciate you. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care.